Sam, what's it been like the first couple months over here, kind of getting adjusted to not only the new program, new players, but just a new place to live?
Yeah, it's definitely been a change from where I was. Way better climate, way better weather. We're in the city now, so there's a lot of stuff that's available that I'm not used to, but it's been really good. It's been a really good transition. I think it's been cool to, especially with the transition being so fast. It's been really smooth. Like everyone here has been so helpful.
What about Tennessee was appealing for you in the process of looking to go somewhere else?
Yeah, so growing up, I came down to Knoxville, Bonifant, North Carolina. I have some family friends that came here, so obviously Tennessee football has always been something that you keep up with, especially growing up in the South, SEC in general. Coming out of high school, Coach Ellerby was like a really big influence on my recruiting. Like I really had a lot of love for how he carried himself, as a man, not just as a coach. He really preaches to us as men most of the time. At the end of meetings, he leads us with a message about how to kind of better ourselves based off of his life experiences. Coach Hyde just carries energy wherever he goes. He's one of the guys who, did it himself in college. Has been proven he was a ball player, but he's also a really great coach, and they've just been really welcoming. So they're very, very interested in me.
Where would you say Tennessee finished when you committed to Notre Dame? Were they second, third, down the list a little bit, or kind of where were they?
Honestly, man, it's been a long time ago. Probably they were definitely top three. Probably, yeah.
Are you working at both guards and center, or one guard over the other? Where are you working right now?
Yeah, right now I'm really working at right guard and center. So
obviously you're comfortable at right guard. What's your comfort level at center?
I'm really comfortable at center. I played a lot of center at the past school I was at. Not in games, obviously, but I played a lot in practice. Probably 75% of my reps are at center, so I'm pretty comfortable playing center.
What do you like the most about being part of an offensive line room where there is a lot of competition to vie for starting spots?
I think the best thing about it, with us being a young room, is just, the energy is really high. You don't really see guys getting relaxed or getting, kind of laid back. Everyone's kind of attacking every day we do, whether it's a lift, whether it's a walkthrough. Especially today, first day in pads, everyone was really juiced up. So that's something I really enjoyed being a part of.
You played in high-level games. A lot of the younger linemen here haven't. What do you think the value is in that? What did you get out of that of playing in high-level games?
I think just playing in games in general, you get a feel for the game. Practice is one thing, but you get into the game, you have to really understand how the game flows and how you fit into that. Not everything has to be super sporadic, but at some points it does. And also just the atmosphere of a game day being on the field, and how to control that, and how to kind of clear the mechanism and get back into the next thing.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you to this offense, just schematically?
I mean, obviously, coming from the offense I was in was kind of very slow and methodical, so tempo has definitely been something that is different to me, but it's something I'm really open to, something I'm excited to be a part of, because, obviously it shows off. It's pros, you catch guys off on set or, sub in. I think another thing is, the scheme is definitely challenging, but it's something I'm really excited to, play other teams against and, really get a better understanding of. I'm really working hard to know the playbook front and back.
Sam, you played as a redshirt freshman, started that you guys might have here, some guys that are young that maybe haven't played a whole lot. What's kind of the process, just sort of in general, for an offensive lineman to be able to get to a point early in your career to be able to play and start and play at a high level?
I can't take all that credit. The Lord has got me where I am today. I wouldn't be nowhere without my family, without God. Obviously, there's a lot of prayer that goes into it with your preparation, but aside from that, I think the best thing that I did, get prepared for going to that fall camp and going into the season was just putting your head down and working. One thing that challenged me early in my career was kind of just getting over a bad play, and that's something I still have to work on today. But I feel like that itself, and then along with you just gotta find that place in your mind. You're just saying you're not gonna quit. No matter how much you're hurt, no matter how much you're tired, you just gotta kind of fight through.
Is that kind of the mindset you brought in here to a new team, adjusting to a new team, new offense, new teammates, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, kind of like what Will said. My main goal is just to get my head down and work as hard as I can. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. I gotta earn everything that I've have opportunity to have here. So just really trying to work hard and keep that mindset.
I know it's early on into your career here, but any takeaways, any observations you've gathered from Nico and kind of how he quarterbacks this team and leads this team?
Right. Obviously playing center a little bit. I'm with the quarterbacks here and there. I've talked to him a little bit, not a lot. He's very level-headed. I'd say he's very, duck on a pond. Nothing really phases him. plays really smooth in the pocket. He's really confident in how he controls the offense. I think he's a very he's a good leader. I really respect him a lot for how he handles himself, especially in high stress situations like third down, stuff like that. Even stuff we practiced today, like you saw him on the field, he just felt very comfortable. So I'm excited.
Not sure how much you've gotten to go alongside him, but what are your thoughts on David Sanders so far?
Yeah, me and Dave played a lot together in the past couple of practices. He played right guard, right tackle, played right guard. From similar areas. He's from Charlotte, I'm from Winston, so I heard about him obviously when I got to college. You kind of keep up with what's going on. He's a ball player, man. He's twitchy. He's 5-star for a reason. Guy's got that much twitch, that much height, that much God-given athleticism. He's definitely gonna be someone special when he puts some weight on. He's definitely one of those guys who understands the game more than most freshmen do. I'm really excited to see what he grows up into.
Did his size or strength surprise you at all?
You see a guy like that size, that stature, you expect him to be pretty strong, and he is. He shows it today, so I'm excited.
You talked on the lines of growing up in the South, looking up to the SEC. Just what does it mean to you now to play in a league that you grew up admiring?
Playing in the SEC is something you aspire to do, especially as a child, watching just get up on Saturdays, you watch football. It's just something I think that it's very rich in tradition, especially in the SEC team. And that's something I value a lot. I think everywhere you go should have something special to them, something that they hold close to their heart, and I'm really excited to be a part of what we have here at Tennessee.
I don't know if you get this question a lot, but you have a very old school offensive line face mask.
Yeah.
Have you always played with that, or just when you got to college?
That's something I kind of transitioned to when I got to college. Walked in the equipment room one day, I was like, hey, because growing up, my dad was a big old school football guy, the Hogs, Redskins. I really admired the Hogs there, Obviously, that's a long time ago, but I watched a lot of their tape and John Riggins and how they carried themselves. They kind of had some moxie about themselves, about everything they did together. No matter if they touched the guys in the backfield, you got to handle it. So I kind of wanted to follow in their footsteps and kind of carry on that and kind of bring some old school back to new school football.
So do you think you're that kind of player? Obviously there's a meaning behind.
I think one thing I will say is that I care about my guys. I have a real issue with people touching my quarterback, running back, stuff like that. If you're in the backfield, you're my family. Especially if you're on my line, you're even more my family. That's kind of my mindset when I walk on the field. That's kind of how I play the game. I'm blocking to protect the man beside me and the man behind me, not for personal growth. Because you keep everybody healthy, win ball games. So I'm excited.
Did you feel like that old school feel was something that you'd be able to find here within the Tennessee offensive line room, like something that you had seen from these guys maybe watching games and thought that you'd fit in well with them?
I think definitely that there are some certain guys that carry that about them. I think there's some guys that carry something, a little bit more of that swag and the sleeves and stuff. And I like it. It's cool. It's something I'm getting used to. I'm just trying to be myself, man. I think the biggest thing in the world today is you got to have integrity and be who you are every day. So I'm excited to be there.
Have your teammates seen that side of you where you do kind of get into that protective mode, the mama bear kind of thing?
Not really.
Okay.
It's been 3 practices. Today's our first day in pads, but
Right.
Hopefully we don't have to get to that point where people are hitting Nico or Jake or George or anyone in the backfield. So we don't, and that that's very transparent in the room. We all as a group have real issues with people touching the guys in red and the dudes in the backfield. So hopefully that doesn't have to come to that.
Do they have to order the face mask for you? Do they have one in stock?
You'll have to ask Hawk about that.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks,
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Matt.